Just another VCU Richmond rivalry game. That was a fun college basketball game. I commend both teams for playing as hard as they did and the way they both played. I'm just glad I was a part of it. Thought Richmond just hung around, and then they started making plays, and those older guys, their poise got them going. And I just, we just hung in there. We just hung in there. Vince Williams, he's been having an unbelievable senior year, and the game he had today, and he was clutch down the stretch. That's what seniors do, and that was impressive. I thought some guys off our bench, our Army approach was huge today. When Ace went out there, Jaden Nunn, who had to start the point for us most of the beginning of the year, he was huge. And Josh Banks, man, I'm so proud of him and Jalen Deloach. They really helped us win the game today. So, and I want to say that play at the end that Coach Mooney drew up, but that was impressive. That was on the money.
Hey, Mike, how about, could you elaborate on Vince? It's just all around game.
Everything. Yeah, I mean, we were running ball screens for him, and he just started picking things apart. And he played for a great high school coach, Coach H in Toledo. He just knows how to play basketball on both ends of the court. So he's a great feel. And then he's just super competitive, sometimes over competitive. But he just has a great feel. What I'm proud of him the most is every year that he's been at VCU, he has matured as a young man. It's made him a better basketball player. And, he's having a great senior year this year just because he's about all the right stuff. And he's been a lot of fun to coach this year.
Mike, Keyshawn's defense on time.
Yep.
1 for 12 from the floor. You didn't have any qualms, obviously, about matching him up the entire night.
I thought Keyshawn had a little bit of rough first half offensively. He took a couple tough ones and all that stuff, but then it didn't mess with his approach on the defensive end. And hey, make him tough, take tough. He might post you up. He might shoot a three. He might shoot a pull up over you. Hey, let's see if they're going to be tough twos over you. And if he's going to go to the rim, he's got to go through your heart. And I thought he did a good job of holding him off and making him catch some passes further out, and which messes with timing and your game. So I thought Keyshawn, he was just tough today. Really proud of him.
This is the second straight game that you guys have had run into a little bit of foul trouble.
A little.
Well,
we're a bunch of hackers, I guess. We weren't hacking in the beginning here, but all of a sudden now we're a bunch of hackers. I don't get it, but
are the individual? Can you separate them, or is there something that y'all need to work on, or is it just the game within the game?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to figure that out. That's on me. I got to figure that out. Maybe I need to call more fouls in practice, but we weren't fouling like that in the beginning of the year, and we've gotten better defensively as the year went on. But all of a sudden now we have all these hacks, and we drive the ball too. But it's part of the game.
Mike, you win by 2 Wednesday night at Davidson. You're on the road again today. Obviously, you win by 2. What's that say about your team's ability in the clutch when it's in crunch time?
Yeah, these guys really like each other. Like, they're super competitive, and they're the only guys I want to coach, right? Guys that have an edge to them. But they could say things to them that if you were in our gym, you might be like, whoa, Ace said that to Vince, or Vince said that to Key. But the direction is because we want to win. And how direct they may be at times to each other, or the call out, it's because they want to win, and they want to win our way. And, at the end there, Keyshawn was running the huddles, Vince was running the huddles. They had some suggestions to me, which was great, because that means it's a player's game, and that means they're in the right place late in the game. So both games, it wasn't pretty or perfect down the 6-minute game, as we like to say, but enough to win against good teams on the road.
Kind of off that, is the Davidson game a couple of weeks ago still helping you guys in that instance where you're able to stay in a game like this and in a game like at Davidson on Wednesday?
No, without a doubt. I mean, look, we had a 5:23 on the clock. Everyone's thinking we're going to win the game. I think we did too. And, we choked, right? We gave it away. Now, they had something to do with it, without a doubt, because they were really good. But we gave it away, and I keep bringing it up. I don't want our guys to forget that, because you don't want to beat yourself in the last 6 minutes of the game. You want the other team to beat you down the stretch if they're going to get a victory.
You use the phrase, not perfect, not pretty. I think that would describe that last possession on offense for you when the ball gets knocked into backcourt, but Vince doesn't panic. Just walk me through what you're thinking.
On the last play, for 3 seconds left.
No, when he had to go chase the
Oh,
ball.
well, because he's super competitive, he didn't give up on it. I mean, he got that. Vince is a super competitive dude. He's got an edge. So when that got knocked away, like, I'm getting this ball. I mean, that's how he's like that all the time. He's like that. And if he didn't, he would have been really mad at himself. But, that's why he just keeps getting better and better. And he's a senior.
How have you talked about Vince? How have you seen him kind of grow in an aspect of sort of taking things on his shoulders and playing that role for maybe the first time in his career this year?
Well, number one, he's been healthy. He's done an unbelievable job taking care of his body the last 2 years. I think Vince is a year and a half younger than most kids in his grade. And I just think he matured so well. His parents are awesome. I mean, great family. So he knew what it was all about. He just got to continue to mature. The one thing I thought Vince has done a great job the last 2 years is taking care of himself so he can perform at a high level. And he still does it. An hour and a half before practice last year and this year, he comes in and shoots, sticks around after practice. He comes back at night. He's in the training room. I mean, that's what you do when you're an older player that wants to play well. And I'm just super proud of him. And the biggest thing with him is he really wants to win. And he's a good player. It's a great combination.
Hassan scored your first 8 points.
He's back there. He's listening. But when Hassan brings joy to his game and just flies around, you see his great potential. You see what he's capable of doing. And he's an awesome kid. I think a lot of people, because you saw things from his game last year, like, oh, what's going on this year? And he at times, I think he presses himself. Like, I got to do this. I got to do that. He just got to be Hassan. Be the best Hassan you can. He was the best Hassan he can be today. And we don't win the game without Hason Ward today, without a doubt. And I even thought late in the game, he made a couple defensive plays and it didn't show up in the stat sheet, being in the way, helping and recovering. The one time he's calling out a screen. I mean, we couldn't get him to talk 2 years ago. And so he's just better and better all the time. But he played with great joy today and an open mind, and what a difference maker.
You guys have shot 42.2% from three the last 7 games. It was like 30% the first 12 games. What has been the difference? Has it been probably the ace effect and getting some of those shots? Or
without a doubt, I just think we're sharing the ball better. We're not fighting the game as much, and I think we're doing a better job on the perimeter when we get a paint touch of getting inside outside threes and one more threes. I just think we're taking. We always say we want to give up a good shot to get a great shot. I think with our threes compared to the beginning of the year, we're just taking better ones, and the right guys are taking them.
Do you feel like for you guys, this was kind of another, sort of defensive test, pass as far as particularly the first half, the way you guys were able to force turnovers, you pushed Richmond over the season average and turnovers in the first half and held them to 35%. Like, especially how tough the Davidson team is defensively or offensively, how tough Richmond is offensively. Do you feel like for this group, it was kind of another test pass in that aspect? Yeah,
we want to turn people over, but I thought today they were very cautious of our traps in the backcourt that got him in their offense a little bit later, had him a little bit not in the alignment they always want to be. So it bought some time. And now you don't have to guard that unique offense for such a long time. I thought that was really important today. I thought that helped us. And then I thought we got enough turnovers and hands on balls in the first half to, you make people cautious. And I thought that was huge. And we got a couple turnovers that turned into some points to get us going on the road.
As we do 1 or 2 more coaches.
Yeah. My son has a game at Rocket. I got to go.
No, that's more important.
Yeah, I'm going to get there. Not yet. We're good.
Well, I mean, we want to take it kind of one at a time, but how do you sum up this stretch in the schedule for you guys and the way you approach it? You have Dayton coming up on Wednesday. And
I mean, you heard me say it, Wayne. Like, look, it's why you want to coach at VCU, why you want to come to VCU. Every game's big, especially when you go on the road, right? It's like everyone's homecoming or Papa John's shootout, or like, that's cool. Like, I don't care what anyone says. It's just cool. And then if you win the last game, the next game becomes bigger, right? And that's sports, man. That's college sports. And that's the fun of it. When I was assistant here and we played in a bunch of big games like this, it's just so much fun. Now you hate it when you lose, but it's why we do this. I mean, I haven't worked a day in my life yet, so because we get to do this right here.
Hey, Vince, could you speak to the last shot? It looked like somebody got a piece of it when you were going up, or you were off bounds a little bit.
He played good defense, and then honestly, I got the ball. I think it was like 10 seconds left, I believe, and I just with a hezzy pull up three. I feel like I was hitting that shot yesterday in pregame when we was working out. Came over here late night, got some shots up, so I feel like I was just comfortable shooting that shot, and I feel like my teammates wanted me to shoot that shot tonight.
Thank you.
What were the emotions of making that shot? You turn around, you kind of yell at that point. Just what were the emotions of making that shot in that moment?
I feel like I just stepped up for my teammates, so I feel like I was just excited for them, and I get to see they were just happy for me just because I hit the shot. And I felt like it was. I don't. Yeah, what you think about it?
I think that was tough. I ain't gonna fake.
Yeah, it felt good. It came off my hand pretty good. I felt like I shot it high though, like real high, but.
Vince, how did you and the team have to adjust after Ace fouled out there with what, 3 and change to go?
Yeah. I feel like we had a freshman, J9, came in, and Josh stepped in too, Josh Banks. I feel like we just did a good job. And then I held on to the ball too. And then Keyshawn got a little handle too in there. So I feel like I don't know, I feel like we just comfortable with our lineups and stuff because we work on practice a lot. And I don't know, it just depends because over the summer too, I was doing point guard too because Ace wasn't back, so it was all right. So I felt comfortable with the ball in my hands right then and there. And we just trusted guys too. So at the end of the game, next man up, I feel like we were very comfortable with our squad.
When Ace went out, it seemed like, I don't know whether you took over consciously or whether the offense kind of goes through you a little more, or whether your teammates look for you a little more, or is it a combination of the three?
I feel like my teammates knew that since Ace was out, Coach Rhoades was going to put the ball in my hands, and I was going to make good decisions for them. And I feel like I was doing it all tonight, today, this evening, what you want to call it. And I feel like my teammates knew that Coach Rhoades was going to put the ball in my hands, and I felt like my teammates was comfortable with that. And I got my teammates good shots at the rim or threes.
Kind of up there, just like at Dayton, a couple weeks ago, earlier this month, in that situation, the ball is going to be either in your hands or Ace's hands. And I was at Ace being out. How have you kind of grown in the aspect of being more that go-to guy at this point in your career where you're the guy taking those types of shots and being in those types of situations? Like, what has brought you to that point where you feel like you're confident in those situations?
I would say just working out over the summer. And Coach Rhoades, they see it. Everybody in there working hard, staying after, trying to get better on their game and their craft. So I feel like, I don't know, I just feel like my teammates just trust me a lot. Just because they know if I don't have a shot, I'm going to definitely get somebody else a shot. So I just feel like they're comfortable with me, even if I go like baseline. Keyshawn know he's going to cut. So this will be an easy bucket for him right there. And J Nunn spreading the lane, Haas with the slip, Levi. So I feel like we was all just comfortable just getting along together a lot better.
Hassan, you heard Coach Rhoades earlier that when you play with joy and you fly around, everyone can see your potential, but maybe at times that you've pressed this year. Would you agree with that? And were you just playing more freely today?
Yeah, I just try to have fun and try be the best I could be for my team and my teammates. Do what I gotta do to help the team to win.
What's maybe the resilience you've had to have? I know you maybe haven't produced as much as you maybe wanted to this point, and you come out and match your season high today. So kind of staying, mentally in that space where you can come out and produce in a game like this, when maybe things weren't going the way you wanted the previous stretch. Like, what kind of resilience have you had to have to get to that point?
Like what type of?
Yeah, just to stay mentally in a space where you know you can produce, even though you haven't really had the numbers that maybe you wanted to this point.
Just try to keep a clear mind and just try to have fun with it and play hard, and good things gonna happen.
You finally start going straight up and just flowing over top of people. Because it's easy when nobody can block a shot once he jump straight up. So I feel like Ace really on him about doing that for sure. That's all coach is talking about. We get on each other in practice. At practice, we definitely do. So I feel like he's gonna keep doing what he's doing. And this game just the beginning of it. And he's gonna keep shooting them shots. And he made the easy ones too. So I feel like he can just shoot right over top of people without them even getting a contest really. So
Yeah.
we're gonna be good.
These kids on you pretty hard.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
Don't lie, you know he did. It's beyond.
When I ask you guys about the 3-point shooting too, you guys last 7 games have shot 42.2% from 3. It was like 30% the first 12 games of the year. What has allowed you to get to the point where you guys are shooting so much more efficiently from 3 this recent stretch throughout the month of January? You think how much? I guess probably Ace being back as well helping create some of those shots.
Yeah, just even the big guys setting screens and then having defenders help just give us wide open shots. So one more threes, like Coach Rhoades was saying, and maybe a better shot for a great shot. Just because everybody's not selfish, so they pass up a good shot for another person's shot. So I feel like we're doing more of that and staying together, even though some people was playing good tonight. So I feel like we just gonna keep doing that. In the long run, we're gonna keep giving the ball up, passing each other, and trusting each other.